So tonight we're going to make this out of this. So we're going to take some 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch square bar and turn it into a Fredrick split cross. And it's a quick and easy project for any beginner should be able to do this. And we'll give you a quick overview of my home solid fuel forge, and that way you understand what I'm using and maybe give you ideas to build your own. We'll do that before we start cutting these pieces and working on it. For today or tonight's video, I just want to give you kind of a quick walk around of my home forge to see that you can build a forge yourself out of scrap metal, stuff you have laying around the house. It doesn't have to cost you a fortune to get into blacksmithing. You can start relatively simply. Okay, so here you can see that the bottom of my forge, the table, is just diamond plate steel, something I cut off of an old trailer. The sides and everything are just old angle iron. The forge pot itself I made out of I think it's 1/4 inch plates. It sits inside of an old brake drum, so it's just this insert with a flange around it and a grate. The grate goes in over the hole. The forge sits down in there, and then you fill it up. Proof you have a forge. So you can see the brake drum under the table. I just cut a hole and dropped it down in there. I welded the tweeter on. It's connected to just a tiny little Amazon Fastco blower motor. And then it's just got a weighted ash dump on it. And that's really about it. I plugged the motor in here and just kick on the switch, and that's what brings on the blower, so I can turn it on and off whenever I need it. On the side of the blower I just put like a butter bowl lid, and I can open and close the amount of air going into the motor, therefore the air going into the forge. My side draft hood is just a 55-gallon barrel. I cut it and shortened it so that it would sit further back on the table, strapped it up to the wall, and ran a double wall flue out the top of the garage. And that's pretty much it. That's as simple as it was. It didn't take a ton of stuff to do it, and I have my own forge at home. You guys can do the same thing. We're gonna start with a 3 5/16 piece of 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch square bar to make our Fredrick cross. I already have these set for 2 5/16. So we have one mark there, and then these are set for 1 5/16. So this will be on the other side here. We'll have 1 5/16 mark on this side. And we'll go here. So we'll make a cut that goes to here, down this way, and then a cut that goes to here, down this way, and then the same measurement of the 2 5/16 this way. We use that to cut off one end of this. So we go from this other side to here, and this little piece right here will be waste. So we'll mark that, because we'll also cut that off. We'll do that on the bandsaw because it's easier and a little smoother, or a lot smoother than doing it with a chisel. There's one side. We have our split that goes down to there, and then we'll cut the other side. It's a little warmer than I'd like. Alright, so you can see that you have the 1 5/16" cut here. On the other side you have the 2 5/16" cut here, which means that they overlap right here in the middle. So there'll be an empty space in the center of your cross. Now, like I said, we also have to cut off a little piece of waste there that comes from your 2 5/16" measurement across here. So we cut right here. So from this project, that's the only real piece of waste that you have, is this tiny piece there. And I suppose you could make other things from that. But now we'll get started on heating it up and turn it into a cross. Okay, so we're going to take this down, put it over here like so. So we can split it over the hot cut. And that will get our bend started. Move this out of the way. And go over the corner of the anvil here. That gives us that. Flatten her out to so. And we'll heat it up and then fold the other side up. Split this side off. And now we open it up like so. And then we'll heat it back up and open it the rest of the way. Square. Now we've got the base across. We will heat it up and start doing the texture. And I suppose you could finish this in lots of different ways. I like to take the ends of the cross beam and just kind of do a bit of a stick feel. Go around and do the other sides before we texture the rest of the cross. Tail on the ends of the cross, and then we'll go back and put a little texture where it's flat so that everything looks a little better. Alright, for this texture I like to use my little baby ball peen here. And just dimple it a lot. Makes it look like warm and weathered and that's good. Make sure she's flat, throw a little beeswax on her, and we'll be done. And there is one Fredrick's cross, and you can see this sort of dimpling there. And these are pretty decent sellers. They don't take too terribly long to make. If you use a gas forge, you could probably make several of them at a time, so without fear of burning them, of course.